Hey, we watched Josie and Wyatt. Now look, there, if you remember correctly earlier, sure, at the same time, it was suddenly needing the heart thing too, right? That year, she said there was blood clots and the leads were bad, so she had to have major heart surgery. First, she tried it was a pacemaker replacement, and I was like, they don't do open heart, full on surgery for that. And then she's like, well, there's blood clots and stuff. Plus, I have like colon cancer and shit. I'm like, what? None of it made sense, like usual. Anyway, but yeah, all right. This is the other part of it. Just can't believe somebody pulled that in here, especially at much shit and all. It had to be somebody you guys know or some of our neighbors. There's no way it was strangers. You know, that parked in and walked up the dog trail and took something precious from the shed. Right? Top of the house area. Oh, but, you know. Oh, who was it supposed to be that time? Oh, that's right. Marlene and Bobby. Precious Bill Gold tools. You know, his stepdad's family tools. Right. Let's see what was really maybe going on here. You want to? Same song and dance with both of them all the time. They're always saving somebody, giving them a job, helping them out, trying to get them off the dope, trying to whatever. They're all benevolent and shit, and you know. Donnie gave him a job. Then she came out of the job and started beating her husband Daniel with 2x4. So Donnie had to fire him. Now they're starting shit. Ain't that a tale as old as time here? Yeah, the same shit they do suddenly upsets them, and that's the reason for. Well, just wait for it. I was like, oh Lord, right, right. Is that the one he was talking about trying to help get off dope? Yep. Pulled their angels. Didn't Don tell the behavior panel he had to look up what dope heads were like on YouTube? Here he was several years before Summer vanished, hired another one. And then, goddamn, the problem this time was that, oh my gosh, there's domestic violence at the job. Said I had to fire him. Oh my God. Oh, wait for it. No, I was wrong on which Brandon it was. And anyway, but just wondering about to say it was, you'd be three shades fucked. Report wouldn't do you any good. It was like, not that they do much anyway, they just keep records in case the person threatening you ends up following through. Should be watching for certain um cars in here or anything. She's like silver gray Nissan. I was like, car, truck, older. Now, I don't know about you all, but Candace did not have a job. Now, why on earth would Marlena owe her $100? And then owe Dawn 100. Hell, she wasn't working for Dawn. What the hell would there be money owed between Marlena Meth here and stuff, right? All right. And then look, they did the same thing that they did to Dudley. It's always they got a reason to take something out of somebody's check or take all their money and then fire them at almost the end of the job. And then like Candace and the boys come in and help Don finish it so he can take all the money, right? After he sets up employees. It's really a tales old time too. And then I was like, that's really pissed him off. She goes, it has. That's why this is happening, laughed out loud. And by this, she meant, you know, 2 weeks prior, his tools suddenly get gone from the shed at the top of the hill after somebody's parked at the tile and walked the dog trail. After he's done them dirty and set them up and fucked them over at work, and they all, weirdly enough, including Marlena, who is not working with Dawn, owes Dawn and Candus, because Candus somehow has $100 worth of something for Marlena to have owed her for, right? Anyway, so I was like, well, if you got a paper check, it would actually be illegal by federal law to take the money he owed you out. But since it's construction, most likely straight cash, blah, 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 there's a way to prove it. Not much you can do except get mad, laugh out loud. All right. She's like, how are you today? Alive. I say, right. I hear you there. Ambulance is in here. I was like, I'd say they're getting Andy's younger cousin. Yeah, the one I keep telling y'all about, that every time y'all go in fucking Ben Hill is at risk of literal death if you disrupt or make noise, but none of you motherfuckers care. That one. Anyway, and then my other neighbor was dying, and she did eventually die of cancer that year as well. So anyway, look, and during this same period, by God, they can't bring any more than 6 corn dogs in between 4 kids and Candus, who pushes them off by the forehead, laughing at them while she eats them. And Marlene and everybody else owing Candus and Dawn mysterious money. But all of a sudden, they have a goddamn bass boat to sell. A bass boat, I tell you, with an extra outboard motor. Say the fuck what? Now I wonder where they took that from and got it from. I don't know, man. And see, here I was like, why are their eyes opening so early? And here in a minute, I'll be like, and I'll feign ignorance and be like, yeah, maybe I am wrong on the date. I wasn't. They were pulling the puppy's eyes open. And then she's erased some shit in here since the feds showed up, but I've got the originals. It's fine. And you notice what that's around is this. She's, yeah. So anyway, and she did go about a cleansing spree pretty well after feds showed up on the 15th. She also deleted several messenger accounts, but that's okay. I've got those downloaded too. Anyway. Oh yeah, and look here. Here's another example of a woman who's had 82 children and is older than I am. See, that's Summer's little foot. Those are her little toes. And the wound. Asking me, will Summer be okay? Will she be okay? What is this? What do I do as a mother? What's the spider about? La la la. Will she be okay? Yeah, as long as the spine is out, either way it'll push out. Just keep it clean and stuff. Leave it open. antibiotic ointment, basic shit as a mother, as a human being. And I told her, yeah, no problem. If it turns red, streaking out from it, or she runs a high temper, it eats out way worse, or smells, then take her to the doctor. Right? And then I had fam that were moving back from, I think, Texas, coming this way. Right? And they were looking for work. And this is one she tried to delete after the feds got on scene. But yeah, for some reason I was away, to get the boys. Right? Right? Yeah. Oh dear, I wonder. Wait a minute. You're all good. The boys are playing fine, right? What? Right. And this is during a period when Summer was sick. She had asked me, when y'all see the pictures of Summer at Nicewanger, or getting ready to go to Nicewanger, it's one of the more notorious. Summer has snot over her face. Candus vid chatted me this and asked me if she's okay one night. I was like, man, she's seeming like she's getting a little bad. By the next morning, Candus vid chatted me again. This the other. Summer was getting in rough shape. I was like, take her to the hospital now. So Candus took her to the hospital. And Summer was in there for quite a few days. And during that time, I watched the boys every day, right? And I would give her updates. You're all good. The boys are fine. They're all playing. I asked, how are you guys? I was like, she's still sick, huh? I was like, that's freaking awful. Did Donnie give you snack things I sent? I've never seen an eligibility what kind of fucking quack doctors would do that. Doctors, man, doctors. I was like, if you end up having to take her back and need me to help, just holler at me. I was like, is her primary senior since hospital? Right. All right. And then there are points where I cooked, dinner for Donnie, the boys, made sure everybody was taken care of for days, right? Right. Hey, look at this one. Do you have somebody to get the boys there? Will Donnie be off to get them? This is me saying, I bet she, as in Summer, is bored and going crazy in that place. Right. Oh, and Donnie. Ha, this is funny. Right? Cabbage, Donnie. Donnie would not take her diapers to the fucking hospital for Summer. Yeah, you read that right. Even though Summer was in the hospital in pretty dire straits, Donnie wouldn't take her goddamn diapers. Sounds perfectly fucking reasonable, doesn't it? Here you go. I asked how the boys liked school yesterday, by the way. Right? Yeah, it was me. Hated those kids, though, didn't I? Fucking just hated them, bro. Right? That community was worried about. But it turns out that's the wrong name, so don't run there with it either. Oh, here we go. Here, Justin, you'll be interested. This is more of the blue couch and furniture ship. Hey, do you need any furniture like seats, lazy boys, end tables, lamps, etc.? Well, in a couple of days, you can have your pick. We got stuff coming. Don't want half of it because I hate furniture. but I'm keeping a couple pieces. But I need to get rid of my leather lazy-boy recliner. I have two. You can still have that bed too. Whenever you guys want to go with me to get it at our other house, because I needed a bed for the boys, right? And so I gave them that bed. I don't know what happened to it because they had to build the, you know, they had to build the bunk beds not long before summer vanished. So apparently they did something with that hardwood bed that we gave them. That who the fuck knows. But I tried to make sure, that their kids had children's beds that were sturdy and shit. My God, I'm just a terrible fucking person. Fucking terrible, y'all. Didn't you know? This is when I had to take their chickens because bad shit was happening to them over there, just like the rabbits and deer and the other shit through the years. I and the other neighbors always have them take it. But anyway, they needed rid of chickens. The roosters went after the boys. I wanted to make sure that while my dogs have been visiting over there, that there didn't look like there had been any issues. That way I knew whether I could safely take the chickens or not. You know, turns out my dogs didn't have issues, so the chickens were safe. So chickens came over to my house. Clearly, I wanted to know if her boys were okay because, well, they'd been, by the chickens and roosters. It didn't make sense. They even in line, except for Marlene and them, and even Candus money, even though, it didn't make sense, right? And then after a couple weeks, and they know they're definitely not getting paid and Don's robbed them, well, then they go busting ass to the police station to get an advance of, like all good monsters, right? That way they can say, oh, no, no, no. These people, we were trying to help these big bad meth heads, bad neighbors, bad this. These people, we were trying to get this woman out of a bad domestic violence situation. This teen was in a bad home situation. That's why they're hanging out the house, right? Oh, yeah, they were always saving everybody, trying to do everything. All the dope heads, giving jobs, but then robbing and whatever. And then, you know, suddenly people owing and suddenly people parking in the exact same spot, walking up dog trails and stealing all the preciouses from the top of the hill. And I don't know. I think we're just going to leave those receipts there. I guess people could probably keep their 7 alibis, especially if whoever they know is doing whatever is out there doing it. While dogs once again vanish in the same particular pattern, typical, is when certain fuck shit happens around the area. Like when precious items get gone off hills or when peeping toms appear. So convenient, always in such a time span. Always when Dawn's at work and Candace is just a few minutes.